Okay, continuing on. Let's I'm liking this guy. This guy which I feel like it's only natural in an open world Souls game, like for the main bosses, like especially like one that actually had a fucking cutscene, which I think maybe did have I encountered any bosses with cutscenes yet? I don't think I have.
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished. Put these
Oh,
to rest.
I I think I was a nanosecond from like the end of my first roll animation. Like I was hammering that circle. I think he was able. Like I think he nailed me right between my roll animations. That was this boss is very well designed. His attacks are easily readable, but he's still challenging. I think I was saying I think that um like a core like main boss, which I mentioned other bosses being like optional, but like some of them it seems like I'd still have to get through areas to do things. So I don't know like what all bosses would be technically 100% optional um, as far as completing the game, but still like having one of them uh, have some like maybe some annoying. Like I imagine most of the catacombs are optional. The catacombs seem like an optional place. Like I haven't found anything in the catacombs that felt at all like. You want to do your, yeah, do your slam. I like that. I can punish that. Ooh, ooh. Good thing that doesn't have a bigger hitbox. Oh, that last hit of that combo always gets me. At least this time I wasn't. Uh, there you go, boy. You know, I'd say that's actually. I'm gonna go ahead and mark him as my second.
I shall remember thee, tarnished,
Thank you.
smoldering with thy meager flame.
Uh,
Cower in fear of the night.
okay, I will.
Hands of the fell omen shall brook thee no quarter.
Okay. So there's more fell omen peoples. Just making sure. I feel like slight annoyance, like just slight nitpick. I feel like I think that in this when he talks about flame, it's more metaphorical, like the kind of way you would talk about flame in general in real life, like the flame in their eyes and whatnot. I don't think he's talking about like a literal flame, the way they would in the Souls games. But even still, it's like after so many games in a row where like you had that theme of the flame, the first flame, the flame, the flame, the flame, having a main boss go on about the flame, your flame is like, eh. But that's a nitpick. That's not actually something like an actual complaint. Um, all right, got my goal, 30 endurance. Happy about that. But I would actually say that that has become officially my second favorite boss after the uh, the dog. The Magic Moose is probably a close contender. He's going to be third place. I think the one thing that knocks him down a peg and knocks him away from being able to take. Are you? Are we really doing this? I'm gonna look at the map. I want you to look at this, and I want you to tell me if this is fucking necessary. Is this really? Is this really necessary? Like, okay, the one in the tunnel, fine. It's right before the boss. I don't think anyone really would have complained if this one had been removed. All right, because this one, very short run back, and having to like run your way either run through or fight your way through the turret guys. That would have been, a little run back challenge. And I don't even think the turrets stay operational after you've destroyed them once, so you could even have the added bonus of like destroying it to make your future runbacks easier. The tunnel one, unnecessary. The one at him, unnecessary. It should have been this one and then this one. That's all we needed. Like, I feel like the Souls games have a problem with that in general, where they tend to place bonfires at bosses after you beat them, and it does lead to parts where you can literally see a bonfire from a bonfire. Like, you can stand. In fact, I wonder, can I see? Okay, I'll put it like this: technically I can't, just because that bit of stuff is. Ooh, can I get on top of that? No, no, I don't think I can. This bit of wall looked a lot more slanted from the angle I was looking at it from, and I can't horse here. All right, but like that one right there, if it weren't for that bit of wall, I'd be able to see it from here. Like that, that has got to be the most unnecessary grace placements I have ever fucking seen. I saw that. All right, don't fucking think I didn't see. Oh, it's the flag. I thought those were wings. I thought like that was a big flappy thing flying, and I was like freaking out and watching. I see you. I see you. Dang, we got a lot of directions we can go here. We can go in this room.
You there? Come over here, would you?
Yeah, what's up?
You're tarnished, aren't you? I would advise against taking the main gate into the castle.
Okay.
It's tightly guarded by hardened old hands.
Okay.
Oh, try the opening right here.
That?
The guards don't know about it.
They...
You'll breach the castle undetected.
By opening right here, you mean the giant...
Yes,
giant fucking hole in the wall?
You're just the kind of tarnished that I like. I pray for your success. Use that opening, the guards. You'll slip. Of course, when you approach the gates, it's only you. The guard, you'll slip. Yeah, you're...
Okay, so I can switch between which strategy I'd like to... That's fine. So if he... if I said that I'll use the main gate, he would have signaled. So we've also got down here that I can check out. But we've also got, and this is the most secretive. I'd say this is the most secretive because first you have to have noticed this little opening, and then on the way back, notice this. So that's a double notice. You had to double notice something. You know, double noticing is it's tough work, man. Fire grease. Okay. Okay. What's all this about then? Oh. Just leads right back up here. Okay. Not sure what you were accomplishing by doing that, but I won't complain. Okay, so this just drops down to there, whereas that opens onto... And of course I'm going to take the sneaky sneak way. What do I look like? Honorable? Ooh, that's a... Okay, so jumping up there and going along all that is one thing I can do. But first I want to see what's down here. If there is anything down here. No, just a Trina lily. That is a pit. Man, that kind of shit, like... That kind of shit really freaks me out. I suffer from pretty strong megalophobia. So, like... Big sinkholes and shit like that kind of freak me out. That didn't really do it for me. I'm not sure why. I think maybe just the camera angle and the art style didn't give it that sense of like depth. Like there's this one picture that's like a big perfectly round sinkhole in like the middle of a city. You've probably seen it. I don't even know if the picture is real or not. Because it's like a perfect circle. So that's kind of weird. But looking at that picture kind of freaks me out. And like I know that like I would never go to like a place like the Grand Canyon. Like I might like if I had a chance to vacation there, I probably would. But I would stay really far from the edge because I know they have like safeguards and shit, but I know that I'm the kind of person that if I'm up high, like here's the thing, I don't have vertigo. Like I don't have a fear of heights or anything. If I'm up high and like for instance, my grandma, in the care home she was, well, it wasn't a care home. It was like, okay, that is something I could get to. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that something I could get to? I feel like that's something I could get to. Hold on. Hold on. Can I summon Horsey? No. But let me get a little ways out here. Okay, that's nothing. It looked like that. Let me here we go. It looked like that was a bit that I could land on, and then that was a tunnel that I could go into. But oh shit. Okay, I need to test this out. How do I... What? Okay, just pressing like a arrow key. I pressed circle to get out of the telescope and ended up backstepping, and that freaked me out. That looked like a tunnel, but I can see now that it's just like a blast in the wall. So that ain't actually a thing. Anyway, she lived on like one of the higher floors, and I would go out onto the railing sometimes. And looking over the edge, it didn't like bother me any. So it's like it's not like specifically heights. What the fuck? Yeah. What the what's this fucking Freddy Krueger eagle ass motherfucker? Alright. Alright, that's a thing. That's a thing now. We're just fucking besieged. Look at that shit. There's another one. There's another one. How do I do this? I don't have my arrows. I was really not intending. Well, you guys die in one hit, so it's not. It's. Okay. Which I have mentioned in the past are some of my favorite types of enemies in these games. Are the fodder ones that they can die in one hit, but if you don't pay attention, if you start, acting dumb, things can go south pretty fucking quick. Okay, I don't like these flags. I don't like these flapping flags. They sound like wings. But like, like big things. Like, it doesn't matter if it's high up or it's low down. Like, really, 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 really big things freak me the fuck out. Like, I remember being made super uncomfortable by Majora's Mask. That game really freaked me out. Damn, you got some moves on you. I will admit that. You got. Okay, why? Look, not for nothing. Not for nothing. Look how he landed. Look at you now. look at him now. Oh, that's hilarious. I just came up with a really stupid, immature joke. And I guess, like, I've made worse jokes. But, like... but... when she yells, "I'm almost there, but you've been going at it for 2 hours." Because it do be like that sometimes. I mean, not the almost there, like I'm not that unskilled, but I do okay, this is probably something about me that you probably don't want to know, but I do enjoy like I'm not a one and done lover. Like, I go until it's not enjoyable for you anymore. Like, I get pleasure out of knowing that you've crossed the point of it being like pleasurable to where it's got so intense that it's actually become painful. And don't get me wrong, it's not because I want to inflict pain. Like, I stop at that point. Like, once you tell me that you reach that point, I stop. I would never, like, try to keep going, or like I'm not. It's not about pain or anything, but just pushing someone to that point, that's enjoyable. All right. Again, I'd like to point you to the map. I feel like... Okay, maybe... Okay, to be fair, there are some other places where it's kind of bunched up, but to be fair, that's like a starting location and then deep in a cave and then up on the cave, like outside the cave. So those are different like elevations and shit. Um, like in this is fine because this is in a cave and this is on cliffs overlooking the cave. So getting between those two would take a while without a portal, but this is just, I don't know. All right. I almost ran off the ledge there. I was looking over at my stopwatch. Like I'm running forward, and I look down at my stopwatch to see how much time's left, and I look up and realize that it's still making that like he's running along that. Like, yikes. Not sure what you thought you were accomplishing with your... Oh yeah, there was something I was gonna say, but I got caught off guard by something else. Um, and I think I got caught off guard by, oh shit, by that guy dying in that funny position. But I noticed one of them were doing an attack that like was like them pecking at me, and I was like, really? You got giant fucking blades for legs and you're gonna peck at me? Like seriously? That's like having like a machine gun but choosing to like walk over and try to punch someone to death instead. Alright. I saw a person. I think I didn't. Oh. I think he seen me too. You're not sure what he saw, but you know he saw. Okay. Are you coming all the way? Are you coming all the way? No, you're turning around. Alright. Let's backstab. I feel kind of bad. Like, I do feel bad. I feel bad that I got distracted and didn't explore this place sooner. Because that guy was such a... Although, I guess maybe lack of frustration and lack of, like, a bunch of deaths maybe allowed me to have a better appreciation for the design of the boss. I don't know how I would have felt about it. Actually, that'll be a good thing to get out of watching David's video, because like I said, he started walking up to this castle saying that he was going to explore, then got distracted. But admittedly, my distraction lasted quite a bit longer. My distraction lasted way longer. 30 hours longer to be... You know what, actually? Okay. Okay. That was a big one. I'll spare you the details. Just say that was a big one. Yeah, the funny thing is, I didn't even really need to... I just realized I didn't need to find enemies to determine if this worked, because I could just look up there where the flame animation is paused. And I'm sure they'll patch this out eventually. Like, I'm fine with how difficult the Souls games are, for the most part. I don't think it's the end of the world that they don't have an easy mode, just for the simple fact that there's fucking billions of games that you can otherwise play. And it's not the end of the world for one, like, if you're not skilled enough for there to be, like, one single fucking series that you just don't get to play. At the same time, I don't honestly would not care less if they I think I talked about this in a previous video, but I honestly would not care less if they did add an easy mode. The only caveat I have to that is I think that reviewers would then I think like I don't think this is something you could like enforce by law or anything, but I think that reviewers should ethically be forced to disclose what difficulty they played a game on when they review it. Um, and the reason for that, I know that it's easy to write that off as me being an elitist that will just immediately ignore a review that wasn't played on the hardest difficulty, and I'm sure there are people like that. But like, there, like, here's the thing you have to understand: when you make a video game, there it's almost like an RPG where you're like allocating stat points. You're allocating, time and resources towards various aspects of the game. And like I know that this is a false dichotomy. I will 100% admit that what I'm about to say is a false dichotomy. But complaining about a Souls game not having a difficulty mode that appeals to you is like me complaining that the new Forza whatever, Gran Turismo whatever game doesn't have well-defined turn-based combat. It's something that I like in a game. It's something that I enjoy in a game, but going to a game that isn't made for me, isn't I'm not the target audience, and bitching that it doesn't cater to me. But again, that's a false dichotomy. It's not the same. It's because this could very well be hell. Like I know Bloodborne was something that my wife was like fucking in love with aesthetically, and she loved watching me play it, and it made her sad that she couldn't play it. She was actually a very good gamer. She was very skilled. She actually finished Demon Souls, which is probably the hottest thing I've ever seen a woman do. And I'm sorry if that's sexist to like imply that like a woman beating a hard game is like somehow more rare or more of accomplishment or more anything. I'll just say that if I was a gay man, seeing my boyfriend complete a Souls game would be just as hot. Like this has nothing to do with gender. It's just seeing someone overcome difficult bosses and get good at a game. It's just hot to me. Like skilled gamers are like gamers that are skilled are very attractive to me. Um, Ironically, that's why I don't watch a lot of female like gamers, for the simple fact that I'm sorry, but a lot of them aren't very good at games and they use sex appeal to draw in the audience, which is fine. I have no problem with that. I'm a sex positive person. Like I support like sex work and all that stuff. I think that prostitution should be legal and regulated. And literally every bit of study and evidence proves that if it was legal and regulated, it would actually have a more positive impact and would lead to less STDs and less human trafficking and all that kind of stuff. Literally, the only aspect of human trafficking it wouldn't have an effect on is trafficking of minors, for obvious reason, and that would still be something that would need to be fought. But at least resources that are put towards other parts of the trafficking rings, like anyway, my point is that as much as I don't have anything against the hustle, and I think that there's absolutely nothing like I'll go on like Twitch to like check out one of David's videos, and I'll see like they literally have a section for like being in hot tubs and just being half naked in a hot tub. That's like a whole section for Twitch. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I don't care. Like it's not something I would ever go to. I personally would never like subscribe to an OnlyFans or anything just because like I don't I don't see why I would, like when I can get stuff for free. People will say that like you get like that personalized interaction, but at the end of the day, like not to insult them, but they're only interacting with you because you spend money on them. Like I guarantee you, like you could be like the top donor for someone's like OnlyFans or whatever, and like I know some probably have like tiers. I don't really know much about how that stuff works because I don't pay attention to it, but I'm assuming that they probably like have tiers where like you get different types of rewards, and I'm guessing maybe some of them have rewards for like one-on-one shows or like one-on-one time. I guarantee you that most of them, you could be a top tier subscriber where like once a month you get like an hour of one-on-one time to have her do and say and talk about whatever you want, get naked, whatever. And then like you could be that for subscriber for years, and then you could fall on hard times, lose your job or something, and you could let her know that you're not going to be able to be a subscriber for a while, and then you could say, "Can we chat for a little bit, though? You know, not nothing sexual, but I just really need someone to talk to." And I guarantee you that person would 9 times out of 10 would immediately block you and say, uh, "Contact me when you have some money." And again, nothing against it. It's the hustle. Like it's what they're you know like I think that like there's nothing wrong. I don't have a problem with that kind of stuff, but I do think that there's this kind of um unhealthy symbiotic thing where you can begin to maybe think that the streamer is your actual friend, and it is really sad that there are people that are so lonely that they'll donate money to streamers just to get them to say their name. And that is sad. It is sad that that kind of loneliness can exist. Hell, I'm the loneliest man alive, and I'm not that lonely. But when I find people that uh are actually like you really talented at a game, that is what not only appeals to me, but is also what is sexy to me. Like if there was like a um, streamer that like did the whole shtick of kind of sexualizing herself and showing off and everything, but also was like real because like I'll put it like this: I've watched a few like back in the times when I had regular internet access, because I can't watch Twitch. I can't watch Twitch these days because um, my phone connection can't handle it. So the only way I can watch any Twitch is by waiting till a video's over and downloading the VOD. Uh, but like there would be times, and I try to branch out. I'm subscribed to some women that do stuff on YouTube. Like I think I mentioned Sarah Z earlier when I was talking about. I've watched a lot of her videos. There's this one woman I like. I don't know her name, but her channel name is Possessed by Horror. Does a lot of horror reviews. I like her. I'm subscribed to some female streamers or female YouTubers. Um, but a bit of a tangent. What is up with the whole thing with the word female? Like, I have seen a lot online where people get upset because you call a woman a female, and I'm not sure I understand what's happening there, because like that's like I know that there's something I'm missing. I know that there's something I'm missing, and there's some kind of sexism there, and there whatever like I don't there's something I'm missing. But to me, that's egregious because it's just not proper fucking grammar. Female is a fucking adjective. It's something like female doctor, which obviously in and of itself would be a problematic thing to say. There wouldn't really be like, I think there is instances where using that phrase would be adequate, like would be non-problematic. Like for instance, if you're um uh like I imagine there's a lot of women that would prefer to have a female OBGYN, and in that scenario, using the word female as the adjective for OBGYN is proper grammar. But using females as a noun, like, I'll put it like this: I don't know what is going on there, and I see a lot of women get upset about guys doing that and just like saying females. And I'm not going to, jump into that because I like I said, I'm not, I don't, like, I don't, let me try to think of the best way to put what I'm saying here. I don't get what is offensive by it in like a sexism way. Um, because like anything that you could say negatively about a woman by calling her female, you could say just as negatively. Like I guess like I'll put it like this: it's a weird hill to die on. Like that's a if, like you know that is that it's just confusing to me. Like I don't know what is particularly offensive about um calling women females in comparison to some of the other shit that women get called. That's the part that's like confusing me, is like there is so many horrible things that women get called on the internet, so many horrible things that get said of them, and that is the one that I see people getting bent out of shape by. It's the same thing with the word cunt. That confuses me so much, that there is so many horrible words you can call a woman, but that's the one that's like the big one. Like I've actually now this was something I'll say is fucking horseshit, and you need to shut the fuck up. If you have ever unironically said this, you need to shut the fuck up, and you need to really reevaluate your fucking life. But I have heard actual women say cunt is the N-word for women. No. 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 Sit down and shut the fuck up. No, it is not. And don't get me wrong, I'm not defending it. Like it's a shitty thing to call a woman, but like I wouldn't call a woman any of the shitty things that you can call a woman. Bitch, slut, skank, just any of the shitty things to call a woman. I don't know why they picked that particular word to be the big one. Like there are women that will listen to fucking rap music that's like bitch every other word, and they'll fucking sing along to it, but then they'll hear someone say the word cunt and they'll lose their fucking minds. It's like, really? Really? This is the one you're gonna pick? But anyway, the whole thing with the word female, it just confuses me more than anything. Because like I said, like I'm not saying it's like I think the reason that I'm stumbling over my words is because I'm trying to make it clear that I'm not saying that it's not an offensive thing to do. Like I get that they're like reducing a woman to her gender, and like some guy on the internet says, and this is what's wrong with females and stuff. Like I get that, like that's like a reduction, and that's like, but it just seems weird to me that like that seems to be like a hill to die on for so many people, that like they get like really bent out of shape about that particular sexist thing when there's so much other sexist stuff that like I don't see getting as much attention. But anyway, for me it's offensive to me for other reasons. Like I just find myself thinking, and I know that this is bad, like I know that this is probably offensive in and of itself, that I'm bothered more by that word usage. I'm bothered more by it because it's not proper grammar than by any like sexism from it. And I get that that's probably like kind of offensive in and of itself, that I'm caring more about the grammar than the sexism. I'm sure that that's not something that people would like to. Did you fell down? But I mean, I'm a writer. What do you expect? Like bad grammar bothers me on a level that like if you're a writer, you understand. Like it's one of those things. Ow. So, yeah. Anyway. Hey. Fuck, fuck. Yeah, yeah. Take that, bitch. Now watch this. Come on, come up here. Come up here. Come on. You got it. You got it. You got it. Okay, that didn't go as like smoothly as I thought that it would. I think I think I didn't lock on. I think I should have locked on. Anyway. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's all that was? Just go from here to Timbuktu to climb up here and then and then get in here, which I could do just by walking through the... What was the point of that? Anyway. I don't even know what I was talking about. No, I was talking about streamers and shit. And like, I guess what I'm saying is, oh, that is dark. I guess what I'm saying is, like, I have no problem with, like, women that kind of use their sex appeal. Because, I mean, that's their right. I think, like, maybe not on YouTube, like, maybe there needs to be, like, more, like, restrictions when it comes to, like, child-friendly content, yada, yada, yada. But I think that there's a place, there's a market, and I don't, like I said, I'm not bothered by the hustle. Like, if people will pay to see you play a video game while topless, and you are fine with doing that, and you don't feel exploited, and you don't feel in any way pressured into that, I do think that, like, I've read some articles about, like, some women that started in OnlyFans because they had heard about how empowering it was, and then it ended up just being a fucking nightmare because they end up getting pushed into stuff that they don't want to do, and, like, not, like, forced to do anything, because, like, no one can force you to do anything on there, but, like, people, like, threatening to, like, end their subscriptions unless you make certain types of content. And then, like, there's women that, like, end up quitting their jobs because that becomes very lucrative. And so you can wind up in a situation where, and then there's also the stigma behind it, where if, like, you try to, like, it doesn't pan out for you, which it isn't going to pan out for everyone. Like, you know, for every, it's just like, it's true that, like, for every woman on a site like that is, like, making mad bank and, like, paying off all her debts and stuff, there's another 10 women that joined and barely got any subscribers, and just, like, have you ever read the book Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk? That is such a fucking good book. And there's actually a section in it. It's like a book of short stories, and, like, it has a framing device of the short stories that is actually my favorite part of it. Like, the framing device of the short stories, I don't want to spoil anything, but the framing device of the short stories is my favorite part, more so than any of the short stories individually. I just think it's so fucked up and so twisted, but also kind of realistic. But I don't want to give anything away. Let's just say it's people put in a shitty situation who realize that they may be able to make some money off that shitty situation. They may be able to get some fame from that shitty situation. And then let's just say that they each kind of come to the same conclusion that maybe the situation isn't quite shitty enough, and maybe they should do a little something to make it a little more shitty. so that they can then uh, get better chances of being famous off of their shitty situation. And they keep one-upping each other because everyone wants to be the number one, the big fame, the big like, because like they're all self-centered douchebags, like most of them, and it just spirals and spirals and spirals, and it gets really fucked up by the end. But anyway, there's this one story in it that I love, and I'm sorry if this makes me a bad person, but I find it fucking hilarious. I find the story so fucking hilarious, and I'm gonna spoil the whole story. It's the one where this couple realizes that there's people out there that make a lot of money by doing porn, and some of them are even couples. Like there are I don't want to name any examples because I feel like by naming examples I might inadvertently clue some people into some fetishes I have that I would rather people not know that I have. But there are porn actresses where you can tell that it's that every video they do is the same exact dick. Like they're interacting with the same person even when like their whatever storyline is in the video implies that it's like a different type of person. So you can tell they're doing it with either a spouse or like a trusted friend or something. And so this couple decides that they're gonna make like an amazing porn video, and they go fucking wild on preparations. She gets like implants and like lip injections, and like he's like working out and like doing all kinds of shit to like tone up and do it. And they're making the video, and it's just the ending is so fucking hilarious to me because by the end they don't even look human anymore. Like that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but they kind of go overboard on like the injections and like the things to make them like the most marketable and whatever. And they film all the scenes and everything, and they do all these degrading acts, stuff that they never would have been interested in doing with each other outside of this. And that in and of itself ends up kind of not necessarily destroying their relationship, but kind of destroying sex for them, because like they kind of like they explore too much, I guess is the way to put it. Like by doing so many depraved sex acts, they just because they wanted to cover all their bases. They wanted to be able to market their videos towards like literally any fetish that could be out there. And then they go to edit it. And this is the funny part, because the people that they had heard from that were also couples that did videos together had said that like editing is the most fun part because you get to sit there with your lover and edit the video, and it literally just looks like two like fucking monsters just humping each other. It is like the most unwatchable, unsexy thing in the world. And I know, like, here's the thing: each of the short stories in there are supposed to be like disturbing in various ways, and some of them really, 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 really are. It's a very difficult book to read, but that particular one, that it just made me laugh so fucking hard because it's just so. I'm sorry if that makes me a bad person. I I think I'm a bad person. I am officially a bad person. It turns out I'm a bad person. I have learned the hard way that I am bad man. I bad man. Bad man is me. Bad man is me. I don't care. I'm not apologizing. I still find it funny. Oh, I always forget. Like, even now that I've remembered that that has 2 stages, I always forget that the second stage also has like a effect to it, like a area of effect thing. Oof. Oh boy. But if you can dodge the area of effect, you're golden. You're golden. Whew. Oof. Curved. Now hold on. Enhances guard counters. What the fuck is that? What's a fucking guard counter? Like, are you talking about a parry? I need to look this up. See if this is a mechanic. I'm not getting the. I don't know what they're. Uh. Good. Oh. Is a mechanic that encourages players to use a shield and take blows rather than avoid them. Works similar to a perk parry that doesn't require sight. Mechanic that makes defensive builds much more fun. Instead of hiding behind a shield and poking for damage every once in a while, a guard counter gives the players neutral. Special attack that can be performed after defending with a shield. It deals far, far higher super armor damage. Okay, whatever this is not. Okay, here's how to pull off guard counter. First, find an enemy who deals physical melee damage. Raise your shield and get ready to take a hit. As soon as the attack hits your shield and your stamina bar is damaged, press the right trigger, R2. If done correctly, you hear a special sound play as your character whisks around to retaliate. Okay, I can. Okay, that seems like a neat mechanic. It's not a mechanic I'll be using, which actually is kind of making me wonder if there is any talismans in the game that are built for dual wielding. Oh, I remember getting this. And I remember I intended to look up what it does. Talisman depicting slightly raises maximum HP, stamina, equip load, and it doesn't do the thing of takes that from. Hold on, I need to see if my I need. Okay, what's my maximum HP? What's my maximum? 730. Okay. And then that would... Wait. I have 2 talisman slots. When did that happen? Can someone tell me when I got 2 talisman slots? Because it... Oh, wait a minute. Was that this? Memory slots? Okay, now I'm really confused because I thought memory slots were for my, No, because, yeah, down there, memory slots. That's, I got 4 of them. That's for equipping spells. The pouch that I just got from that guy, that boss. Okay, so I just got this. Okay, I can equip 2 talismans now. Oh, might as well equip this one. I'm surprised it, doesn't do, what that ring does in the other Souls games where it breaks upon use. Or it breaks if you unequip it. Anyway. So who shut this door on me? Who be playing pranks on me? Someone playing pranks on me, man. Can I get this door open now? Yes, I can. Huzzah. But that, I think, will have to be in the next video. But, yeah. I guess what to take away from this insanity of an episode is I support sex workers 100%. I think it's legitimate work. I do, unfortunately, disagree really strongly on one particular subject, and that's kind of a sticking point for a lot of people, and it makes me not very popular when I talk to people who are in that line of work, and that's that I don't think that whether or not you're willing to date a sex worker is like at all indicative of whether you support them. Like, I think that wanting a monogamous relationship is not, like, they're not mutually exclusive. Like, if you're a person that is comfortable with dating a sex worker, that is perfectly fine. They're both monogamy and non-monogamy are spectrums, like with most things. Like, I mean, I'm demisexual, and even that is a spectrum that is different for different people. Different levels. Uh, for me, sexuality is a very deeply tied to emotional thing, and I personally would not be able to date a person that is having sex with other people, even if. And the defense that I always hear is that they're only doing it for like their work. It's not a romantic thing, but romance and sex are two different things. And for a demisexual person, they're deeply connected, and maybe that's why I can't accept it. I get called. I've been called a lot of bad things for stating that I wouldn't date a sex worker. I would maybe there's different there's different like levels to it. Maybe someone who did like the kind of sex work where like they're not actually touching anyone and it's like solo stuff. I'd probably be fine with that. But if it makes me a shitty person, and last time I said something like that, a door closed behind me, so I'm a little scared to say something like that again. If that makes me a shitty person, so be it. I 100% support the existence of sex work and women who want to do that. But I do think that it is perfectly valid to want a 100% monogamous relationship. And I don't think the excuse that it's not the same because it's a professional, like they're only doing it, like it's for their job. Like, I don't think, because it's a bullshit argument anyway, because it's valid to like not want to date someone for like other professions, like if they're a cop or a fireman or a dangerous profession, or if they're a profession you don't like, or they're an artist, or that's the one caveat. I would not date someone who, for in any circumstances whatsoever, is having sex with someone other than me. I'm a monogamous person, and I'm not going to be shamed. Unfortunately, there's a lot of shaming of monogamous people on the internet, and that's a really weird thing. But that's like the one caveat, is that I support it, but like in a personal relationship with me, it's like that's not a thing. Anyway, I don't know why I talk about shit like this. Probably because I know no one's watching. That'll do it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.